All right, some more earnings results breaking. You can see shares of MicroStrategy up more than 1% despite posting a third quarter loss. Something of a reversal for Bitcoin in recent months. If you may notice, I think we're about at 20,500 around that number. The group's digital assets currently stand at $1.99 billion. David Hollerith here with the results. David, what are we learning?
For the last quarter, Bitcoin it wasn't actually very volatile. And for MicroStrategy, that appears to have panned out pretty well. Its Bitcoin holdings are left more or less unchanged. We're seeing about a $700,000 impairment charge, which is a far cry from its $917 million impairment charge from Q2. So it's in terms of its Bitcoin holdings, which accounts for the majority of sort of how this company performs and trades. It's looking much better than last quarter. In terms of revenue, MicroStrategy came in light. Its earnings per share actually beat estimates, and coming in at 96 cents versus the estimate of 44 cents. And the gap holdings of its digital assets, as I mentioned, the total impairment is $1.9 billion, and that's meaning that the value of its Bitcoin holdings is $1.98 billion. So it's lost roughly half its value since it started acquiring Bitcoin, and obviously that's all unrealized. But a note of point that's a more interesting thing to look at in the earnings release is that the company did say that it was optimistic about the Financial Standards Accounting Board changing how Bitcoin is accounted for on the balance sheet. They've been in talks about this for most of the year, and that looks like that decision is coming to a close. And in that scenario, these huge losses we're seeing from MicroStrategy's reporting in quarters would be eliminated. So we cut out a lot of the noise here. But again, not a lot of noise from this quarter. They look pretty much little changed.
Shares up about 3% on this news, down still about 54% year to date.